Ever since the release of Skull and Bones, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag has gained quite a popularity. People are hating Skull and Bones and are praising Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Fans desperately want a remake for Assassin's Creed 4 after the rumors that circulated a few months ago, on which we already made 2 videos. In the first one, we told you how the rumors started, and in the second one, we told you a list of things that we wish to see in the remake. You can check those videos by clicking on the iCard on the upper right corner of the screen. But in this video, we won't be talking about AC4's remake, as we feel that Assassin's Creed 4 is not deserving of a remake. But the Assassin's Creed game that deserves a remake is none other than Assassin's Creed 1, and we will tell you how. So without wasting any more of your precious time, let's get into the video. Assassin's Creed 1 is no doubt the first ever Assassin's Creed game. It paved the way for other Assassin's Creed games to exist. Without this game, there won't be any Assassin's Creed, but since it's the first game in the series, it had some flaws. And by some, we mean many flaws. For instance, if we talk about the parkour mechanics, they felt stiff and too slow. For a master assassin like Altair, the parkour should have been fast and with more momentum. For sure, this was the first game in the franchise, so this was expected. And Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations improved upon this concept. But for players who replay the game, they have a hard time traversing the map. Just look at this clip for example.
"24 hours later."
I'm fast as boy.
See? This is what we were talking about. The parkour is too slow, stiff, with no momentum. The game fails to capture the speed and agility of the master assassin Altair ibn La Ahad. Whereas if you look in Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio, while being a novice, still climbs pretty fast. For players who are impatient, this thing becomes quite a problem. This thing alone makes it worthy of a remake. Every Assassin's Creed game has improved upon something from the previous game. If we look at Assassin's Creed 2, it improved upon everything what Assassin's Creed 1 failed to deliver. And one of those things was combat. The combat of Assassin's Creed 1 was pretty straightforward. You just have to wait for your opponent to strike and then counter. And this was the basis for a combat system in Assassin's Creed 1, with little to no depth. Although the later games in the franchise improved upon this concept and made the combat fluid. If you look at the combat of Assassin's Creed 3, it was quite smooth. And mechanically, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood's combat was the best in our opinion. Assassin's Creed 1's combat was the starting point for the whole franchise. Sometimes when you're fighting a large group of enemies, you get bored instantly, because even basic enemies take a while to fight. And don't talk about the brutes or enemies who are wearing armors. They take hell of a lot of time to be killed. We are not saying that this is a bad thing as it tests the player's skills. But this thing becomes annoying when you're being chased by guards constantly after killing a major enemy. We know that the game wasn't focused on combat as it was focused more on stealth, so combat was basically our last resort. But if they did added combat, then they should have made it smooth and more responsive. The counter timings in Assassin's Creed 1 are the worst, as sometimes you even fail to counter the enemy's attacks. Also, Altair's attacks are way slower, and Altair in-game fights really slow. But as compared to the lower Altair, who never got hit throughout the entirety of his life, this is a shame. In the remake, they can improve upon this concept and make Altair's combat fluid, smooth, and more responsive, giving us the feel of a master assassin. One of the major issues of Assassin's Creed 1 was that the game was too repetitive. Even the main missions felt like a chore. You had to repeat the exact same things over and over and over again for exact 3 times in the same city to free it from the Templar's domain. At first, it seems like a very cool thing to do, but when you progress further, things become quite boring and repetitive, because all that you do in the game is just tail a town crier, follow him, beat him up to extract information, kill some random dude, Go back and tell your bureau leader that yeah, we have extracted this amount of information for this particular target. He will then give you a white feather symbolizing that you're ready to fight and assassinate. Just kill your target, return back to the bureau, and you're done. And this is the whole mission structure for Assassin's Creed 1. And we're not kidding, as this is exactly as we explained. You guys might be wondering that hey, if the main story is like this, what about the side collectibles or side missions? To be honest, the side collectibles are way too annoying. There are 400 flags for you to collect throughout the map of Assassin's Creed 1. Aside from this, you have to kill 60 Templar agents that are scattered around the map. And after finding each and every one of them, you don't get anything. The only thing that you get is just a full memory block. And that's it. The game is just too less rewarding as compared to other Assassin's Creed games. No outfit, no secret weapon, no armor, no nothing. In an Assassin's Creed 1 remake, we want Ubisoft to add a bit of flavor to the missions as well as side collectibles. As a matter of fact, they can make the story even larger by adding the story of Altair from different media, including comic books, novels, and many more media in which Altair has appeared, giving him the amount of respect that he deserves. It'll be way better that way. One of the most annoying things about Assassin's Creed 1 was that it had no actual cutscenes. Well, it had, but they weren't up to the mark. If we look at the camera angle for the cutscenes, it was placed in one particular spot, where you had to press different buttons for it to be adjusted. It was a very annoying thing, as when you're immersed in a cutscene, this takes away your whole immersion, as it just feels like someone animated and forgot to add camera angles. Some intense scenes in the game felt way too goofy because of this thing. Even some assassinations felt less intense. And this is why we strongly believe that Assassin's Creed 1 is the most deserving Assassin's Creed game for a remake. Many people regard it as the best written Assassin's Creed game, because the dialogues in this game perfectly replicate the philosophies of the Creed. And some sequences of the game still don't fail to surprise the players. Every time when you play this game, you will learn something new. And a game like this deserves a remake. Assassin's Creed 4 is deserving in some aspects, but Assassin's Creed 1 is deserving in all of the aspects. Even if you look at animations, cutscenes, physics, everything needs a rework. And we are confident that people will vouch for this, as Altair is pretty much underrated right now. But if something like this happens, then many people will get to know Altair's true story and potential from the novels, video games, and other media. So in short, we're pretty confident that this game needs a remake more than ever, as it will not only revive the franchise but also be a treat for old school fans. We hope that you loved and enjoyed our video. If you loved this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up and also comment to show what are your thoughts. We are eager to hearing from all of you, so be sure to comment. We will see you in another interesting and amazing video. Till then, take care and goodbye.